by the way. These are called Watusi cattle, which are a breed from northern Africa, and they are specifically bred to have pretty massive horns. I know, right? They're pretty
huge.
Awesome. But it's because they're used as like a sense of currency. The longer the set of horns on the cattle, the more expensive that cattle is, and it's a live currency. They trade the cows around. It's not just the horn. They don't cut the horns off or anything. They don't use them for anything. But they use the cattle, and they use them for their milk, blood, dung, and urine. All different reasons.
I wanted to look up.
They are munching on grass. They are so hungry right now. Not that they don't eat enough veggies. Yeah, so actually if you look at the horns, there's some really long thin ones, and then there are some ones that are shorter but much fatter. And the females tend to have long thin horns, and the males tend to have shorter fatter horns. So females are more expensive, but that's because they have more resources. What are you gonna get from the girls?
Milk.
Milk and babies. Yeah, those are two huge things that you certainly want. By the way, there's Chuck. I was telling you guys about Chuck earlier. Oh. He's over with one of the females over there.
Wow. He's
gonna try to nurse off of her.
And he's wild?
He's a wild boar, yeah.
Wow, that's a big pig.
Yeah.
That is one big wild boar. Wow, that's...
He still tries to nurse off of them, actually. It's really silly. He's a funny one. He is cute in his own way.
and wait, Chuck or Chunk?
Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah,
okay.
Chunk would be funny, but...
Sorry, I was kind of curious.
Yeah, look at him. He's just going for trying to nurse off of her. So horns have blood flow through them. Yeah, unlike antlers. That's the way that you can tell the difference between deer and antelope, by the way, is that deer have antlers and antelope have horns.
Oh.
And the difference is antlers fall off every season. You regrow new pairs of antlers every single season. And horns, you get one pair your whole life. You're born, then the horns start to grow. If you break one of those off, it'll never ever grow back, since it's bone that's growing out of their head with blood flow through it. So it's going to be a big deal. It's going to bleed. It'll never grow back. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're breaking a whole bone off the top of your head.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh.
If the cattle were to do it, the cattle would certainly bleed to death, since these are a massive blood supply. However, something like an antelope can survive. Doesn't usually happen in the wild. Here we have many different unicorns. Yeah, they're able to survive because we can help them out.
Look at his are like short and fat.
Yeah. They're pretty interesting cattle for sure. But they're used for milk, blood, dung, and urine, not typically meat. They don't usually slaughter the cattle and eat them, but they do drain blood out of them like maybe once every month.
Really?
And then they'll drink the blood, which is, taboo in our culture. We don't drink blood. Or at least not most of us. And but they'll mix it with the milk, and it creates this like blood smoothie type
I
thing.
actually watched that on the food channel.
Yeah, it's very, very good for you. It's like honestly like taking a multivitamin, especially for people in Africa who don't have a lot. It's good for them to be able to drink that. They're usually using so many different resources from the cattle for their entire 30-year lifespan.
Wow. Is this one like young because of its small horns?
Yes, yeah. Definitely a younger one.
Ooh, I don't want to get near those.
So it definitely can get little pokes and prods with those horns.
See one got a
Yep.
scar.
Little nick here and there for sure. Okay, we're gonna head down. We're gonna do a little turnaround, then we're gonna go back down the road that way.